Sweet. So,
All right.
return to lobby. Got the, Colorado. That's where that. All right, month of flow. Month of flow. Luke takes my back. All right. Actually, I'm gonna escape, but I'll wait for all my video. Oh yeah, you can. This is just a monthly flow, so you can start stacking. Right back. Start stacking. Okay. Gotta come out. Use our shoelaces under the hamstring. Get the forward shift. Get our hooks. Fall to our underhook side. Immediately looking for near side wrist control. Remember, we cover hands. We don't cover wrists. We're looking to cover the hands. He's defending. He's strong here, but he's weak here. We're going to rip out, cover the hand, and I'm looking to get it below his sternum. I take my heel to my own hand, carve down with the heel, extend the leg towards the hip, never losing contact. And I'm going to lasso my foot in, curl my shoelaces in small of his back. From here, he might tuck his chin. That's all only defensive thing he has left. Come in with the knuckle, kind of like I'm wrapping my index finger around my knuckle, the tip of my thumb, and I'm letting that knuckle protrude. I come in like I'm slicing through the neck, not cutting like in a circle, but slicing through. And all I need is a little bit right there. As long as I get there, I can start to ratchet my way up. And I'm looking to come all the way back, deep into the trap. Ideally, with this one arm strangle, my elbow really needs to line up with the chin. The more that it's all set, the looser the strangle is going to be. It needs to line up as much as possible with the chin. My chin goes on top of my own hand, and I'm going to rotate my head and my elbow in the same direction. Okay? I'm not going to squeeze. I'm just going to keep my elbow low and start to rotate my elbow and my head. Okay? One more time. Standard hooks. Standard seatbelt. He stacks. Immediately coming out shoelaces. Get the forward shift. Looking for my hooks. Underhook side. I'm looking for near side wrist control immediately. He's defending. I can't come up, but I can come out over the shoulder. Cover. Sternum. Heel to hand. Carve down. Trap. He tucks the chin. Come under. And I'm going to walk my hand up until I'm all the way under. Shoot through. Deep. Place my hand my chin on my head, or my chin on my hand, then a rotational finish. All right. 1, 2, 3. 10 of those. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I figured Chad would definitely be here.
Yeah, we can
Must be traffic. Yeah, I'll just round robin until more people get here. Yeah, I'm assuming there's just traffic.
You got the bullet on down there. Or is that what I'm doing?
Yeah. It's not really accomplishing much because I don't have it pointed at us. I'm just trying to get the dust coming this way. I got cleaners coming tomorrow. They give me a quote on just coming cleaning regularly. So
Clean what? Clean the.
keep it a little cleaner in here. The floors and the just like sweeping and then clean the bathroom and all that, mopping. Like I'm having trouble staying on top of it every week.
It's just literally just push sweep the floors is all.
Sweep mop the floors that aren't the mats and then clean the bathroom. Yeah, that's it. I'm having trouble staying on top of it.
How much are you doing?
This.
I'm just gonna see what they say. I just need to say things. Was that
Anyone else we not since being chat?
husband? Maybe.
Maybe
Blow drum. I don't know about this one.
Chocolate. Look up the chat.
I'll probably make it love to this. However.
Come hang.
Come hang.
Yeah.
I would love to come hang, actually. That'd be kind of fun. I ain't got nothing going on the weekend. I can the girl. I don't even know.
I love the fun benefits. My family's gonna come. I would come. It's all the
I'd be over again.
Like this thing.
What's up?
Yeah, and then you put it on the soul. Yeah.
Make sure we're tucking the chin, just so you can go through the whole thing. Good.
Want me to redo it?
Yeah, we were.
That's fine. Just on the next one.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
I know. Hey, Chad, when we
I know. It still hurts.
when we come down, it's cold.
Well, now you say it. I'm out. Unless it's possible. I'm gonna keep this man. Stop. You can make that. Getting really strong here now. It's not really. Not really the same idea. Respect really is in that. But if I'm gonna leave on, it's that it is. This is very long. And then right back. And I just you. I'm strong here, but I'm good. I'll have my You went for it. You were wanting to do it.
Right, and all we only want that like millimeter. It's almost under the chin. What do you mean? We start matching. What do you mean? Like millimeter. I just want any part of my like anything on the patty of my thumb and under that chin. From there I can go. Are you not supposed to be using the bottom part of your hand, like your fingers? Well, we are to get the initial bite, right? You can't go all the way through, but some guys are really tough here for a little bit. So my point is, if they're really tough, yeah, as long as I'm somewhat under, I can start to block. Kind of like the hill toe that we do to chest out, very similar. Palm, not the palm, yeah.
They call it a bird beak.
Yeah, I don't have a good name for it.
They call it a bird beak.
Can you, is it below the eye still considered like, get it?
Really?
Yeah, like, you did a rear naked choke, but look anything below the eye. Like, I can just get drilled on this finger, like, just some. Yeah.
Like you said, if they get into the jaw and they tap from the jaw pressure.
Yeah, they'll still, I mean, say.
I can't get
I'll tap from jaw pressure. Oh my God.
I wouldn't do it to anybody here.
Ideally, we get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, of course,
Just in
but.
case someone real stubborn. You might get a name all right. Get a name.
They send it in, that's 100% done. Why was they send it, they're gonna tap.
They will tap to that, is all I'm saying. And I base everything on stack. They tap to the stack.
Oh, it's that, yeah. They said stop, I was like, my first, you remember some of this, so big.
Yeah, they hit the fortune. You'll do that. Yeah, you need to load it. Kicked up. Right. Kick the lever. Yeah. I can hear better with it. And also, realistically, you're going to be giving it pressure because you want your head higher with this.
That's
It's like last one.
It's better every time. 100%. Plus it, without it, down. You want your better, it's like that's, yes. Things. Yes, it makes everything better.
Yeah, I did that.
You did this.
Did I not?
You did this little wiggle motion up and down versus this.
What is it?
It's like I'm walking out.
Yeah. Well,
Put him a trap all the way. Keep going.
And then let your head rotate with it. Because right then when you did it, your head got. It's actually.
yeah, I always say the lawnmower thing. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Lawnmower, do the sink in and its whole, its arm and head.
Yeah, basically all this is it never moves. It's really your spine that rotates.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Wrist. Off on the wrist.
And he's been shaving for like a year, so now he's got stubble, so now it hurts more. I'm like,
Yeah, that hair, that, if there was no hair there, it wouldn't hurt bad.
the longer my beard gets, the worse it hurts.
All right, let's get into quick review of last week. We're gonna run both sides real quick because I know y'all already done this. What's that?
Me on your back.
You're on my back. Yep. All right, just standard seatbelt and hooks. All right, so from here on the underhook side, first battle that we always have to win with the back is winning the hand fight. This is true no matter what back escape we're looking to do. Because if I don't win the hand fight and I go fighting other battles, I leave my neck back here to be choked. Okay. So I'm always fighting the hands first. Winning the hand fight looks like having his hand low on my sternum. If I'm here and I've got something preventing him from just, if I have nothing there and his hand's low, doesn't really matter, right? Because he can always move freely towards my neck. But as long as I have something here, ideally, my primary defensive hand has a thumb post here. Like that's really winning. Sometimes this is all you have in a moment. This isn't nearly as strong. Ideally, we want this. We'll count this. Well, actually, let's say that's the win. I've got a thumb post with my primary hand, and I've got his hand low on my sternum. That's a win. Now I've got to win the battle of the head for this underhook side. Okay, so I've won the hands. I've got to win the head fight. I can win the head fight now because my head can move forward, my chest can move forward. Before his hand is high, I'm severely impeded from moving forward. Down low, my head can come forward, which means now I can start to rotate through and get misaligned with him, get my head to the other side. Once I've won the head battle, now I need to win the leg battle. To win the leg battle on these standard hooks, not body triangles, we're going over body triangles tonight, but in this review, it's the standard hooks. To win this battle, I need to start to move. I'm going to move out as much as I can, start turning into him, but there's going to be a point where I can't turn anymore, especially if he's got a strong hook here and he's backheeling. To beat this hook, this is the one I've got to beat. I'm going to point my knee in the same direction as his lower leg, like his calf, right? Or the same direction as the sole of his foot. As I start to point my knee, I'll be able to easily beat this hook and start to step out. Now I start to hip out even more, as much as possible. And now there's this pass off that happens between my outside leg, my outside foot, and my inside foot where I pass that hook off because I still don't want him to get that back. So I pass off and I pin it to the mat with my inside foot. Now I can continue to hip out. And as soon as I have this clearance, the last battle I got to win is the elbow. Yet as soon as my legs are out, my elbow has to come to the mat. If I get my elbow to the mat, there's zero chance that he's getting my back. He's not gonna reclaim my back again. When I come to the mat with my elbow, I'm specifically looking to find his hip. I'm not looking to push. I'm just looking to be there. I want to be on the ground with the elbow, and I want to be ready to frame up on the weight that's inevitably about to come up. Because his only option now, unless he just wants to stay on the bottom, literally everybody, even the day one jiu-jitsu guy, is going to try to come up because he doesn't want to be on the bottom. As he comes up, I want you to focus on winning the battle of the inside with your feet. As long as I can get both my feet to the inside as he comes up, now we can go to work with the Remiyashi. All right, and if he goes to turn his head away, he exposes his heel for a break. Back up. Back up. And if his head comes towards me, now I can go with this around the corner and then across that sheet. We're actually going over this tonight, so if you wonder about that, we're going to go back. All right, one more time on this side. Y'all are going to do both, so we're just going to go through this. All right, remember, this is for the underhook side. I got to win the hand fight. My goal, whether I'm attacking or defending the back, is always to be covering hands. Sometimes he's got his own hand covered. Okay, so at a minimum, I'll sit here and wait him out. If that ever unlocks, I'm looking to cover hands immediately. Okay, and specifically, the best defensive grip I can get is a 2-on-1 and an inside thumb post. Okay, and then best, even better than that, will be 2-on-1 inside thumb post covering the hand and stapling it to my sternum. This is the absolute best defensive grip I can take. Okay. Here, I've won the hand fight.
it's difficult for him to strangle me right now. As he tries to move his hand up and strangle me, it's difficult. Now I can win the head fight because his hand is low. His hand is lower than my sternum and glued. It's easier for me to move my head. Okay. So even as he brings his head forward, I'm able to start separating my back from his chest and turning and getting my head on this side of his head. Now that I've won the head fight, I win the leg fight. He starts to back heel this hook. No problem. We're going to start hipping out, and I'm going to point my knee in the same direction as the bottom of his foot. Okay? Even if he tries to recollect, I continue hipping out until I've beaten that hook. Once I've beaten it with my outside leg, I feed to the inside leg and pin. Now I continue coming out, and as soon as my hips clear, the last battle I have to win is just the elbow. Elbow to the mat, finding his hip line. As he comes up, win the battle of your feet, and now we can go straight on the counterattack. Or we can recover guard, but I'd rather you go on my counterattack. Okay?
Overhead side, same thing. We're just gonna do something slightly different. Same principles: hands, head, legs, elbow. Except on this side,
Winning the head battle doesn't really do anything for me, so we're not really going to worry about that as much. But I do still need to win the hand fight. Okay. Next, now because my shoulder can touch the mat, I can rotate significantly more than I could on the underhook side. Okay. So now I'm going to rotate as much as I possibly can. And now it's the same story as before. I need to point my knee in the same direction as this outside hook. So as he back heels, I clear it by pointing my knee in the direction of his heel. I start to step out. I'm going to transition to a burrito grip on his strangle arm. And now as I hip out and do the same footwork that I did on the other side, I'm tucking my chin to my chest, and I'm going to turn into him and look to lift his wrist to at least like right here on the crown of my head. Once I've gotten to here, there's really no recollecting my back. Once my hip is out, elbow to the mat as he comes up, I win that battle at the inside with my outside foot, and then we can go to work. All right. One more time on that. Overhook side now. All the same, I need to win the hand fight. Okay. We're not going to worry about the head because winning the head fight here doesn't really do me anything. And I don't need to because I can get my shoulder to, I can already rotate and start getting my back to the mat on the overhook side. So I start to hip out, I'm turning into him as much as I possibly can, get a strong hook here. Okay. To beat this hook, I'm going to point my knee in the same direction as his heel and continue coming out. As I'm doing this, I'm switching to this burrito grip. Okay. As he tries to hold on tight here, I beat this hook, hold on tight. Now the only thing I have to do is continue turning into him with that same footwork from the other side and tuck my chin as I look into him. This is going to free my elbow. Okay. Now that I'm here, the only thing that he has left to do is come up. We're going to anticipate that. As soon as my hips are out, I don't care about this anymore. Now I just care about this elbow frame. As he comes up, I win this battle. And we go to work. All right. Cool. That's 1, 2, 3.
what's up, Brian? How you doing, bro?
Hi.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You do it, I think. I call just the.
All right, so you're just trying to stay on my back.
Oh, okay.
Low experiment possible.
You'll see, we got to see. Yes. And I'm just straight, right? So.
Link the two.
Yes. When you're coming up, that's my bad.
Yeah, just went with the outside.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Does that come up? I was, for some reason, I was trying to come up into him and I mean, that's not like I got some dirty. You're all the way up and. Yeah. Here. I'm here, and then like. So let's basically. This round.
And then let's. Outside wall, I want to.
And fight, the head fight.
Alright, so we go this side.
First thing, you're trying to get you down here so you got room. So you're trying to get a thumb under there. Now your head under my head. Yep. And elbow. This one inside. This one is gonna make very sensitive. You know that's wow, this
Now, our chair and looks together as we look this game. Don't care about that. We're just about all that stuff. So, if he can do it, wants to get your elbow
down.
At least like that.
Go with the advantageously muscled individuals.
This is.
Yes. Here. We don't break.
Let's just sweep.
Fine.
You can use your right foot to feed. See how he's giving trouble?
Mhm.
If you keep a connection with the right foot, you can
Is
feed
there
it.
any reason at all you would keep one hand on the burrito grip and reach down with the other one and kick the leg that's instead of hopping it, kicking it out?
Pushing out with the hand.
Yeah, I did that a second ago. It
You
worked.
can, as long as you have.
Yeah.
Your primary defensive hand has a thumb post.
Yeah.
You can get your second hand involved.
Okay,
Your secondary.
that's good.
We never take our primary hand away.
Yeah, no.
Would be nice.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry.
Luckily, I had a train of that. Like, who can, if everybody can finish their yacht, they're like some guy versus the whatever you want to call it, like. It's who can get out and some finish their guy in front of them and get out. That was that.
See how much I can for.
Oh,
Oh, work. I got that.
Good. I was, I knew I was telling him, I guess it's a cat here. I was telling him.
Oh, you're thinking of it?
Yeah.
can, well,
Maybe. Yeah, so when he strips out, he starts on ankle.
yeah, fold them underhooks.
He's working and, you know,
Opposite.
Follow up. You can. I don't think you're gonna as long as you do a good job of getting it. You only need your elbow below his armpit.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're out. So like winning the elbow, but that is like if you lost the elbow, that's what that would have been like. Yeah. So that yes, to answer your question, yes, but you should as soon as your elbow can clear that armpit line, like it would make it be again. Always. As soon as your elbow gets the mat, hits the mat.
your red lights you face.
And if you get stuck, Chad, if you get stuck with the elbow, where it's like when you're bending it, you're kind of running into something. Dead arm, just straight dead arm, and then come out.
What, for what?
Like if he gets stuck trying to get his elbow out, if it gets still get caught in your arm or something, straighten the arm and just make it get like dead new order. What's that?
Whenever I'm
When he's winning the elbow, he's winning the legs. He's trying to get his elbow out.
Yeah.
If he's like hitting some resistance, if he straightens it with like just a noodle, like it noodles out.
Yeah, let it relax. Straight.
Staple that foot under. Staple that foot under.
Got to do this. What, you know what you forgot to do? When you hip out, remember that secondary foot takes over when you
Yeah.
continue the hip out.
Well, I did it when he got up.
I don't know, I just know you didn't do it.
Just when you're hipping out, as soon as your left leg is clear, you're starting to hip out. Use your left foot to feed that foot. That foot to your right foot. So you can head it. That's all make it. It doesn't require as much athleticism and explosiveness.
If you don't, he can recover it easier.
Yeah.
Point the there you go. Now out.
Yes.
There you go. Nice.
It's really when I got.
And try to get both feet to the inside. Getting both feet to the inside gives us Rimiashi entries and cross ashi entries.
And Tucker was trying to do a D-bar on me and they're looking at it yesterday. Holy crap. He moved a certain way and I provided some here.
He was super.
It was my stab. It's so bad.
Oh,
Oh, stop. Get as far as I can then. Don't do it. See if you can do it without doing that.
I don't know how. I can't turn
Anymore.
Why?
Take your leg straight out.
Why couldn't you? Like what was like? Let's go back. Yeah, go all the way back. Let's see. Like, let's
You
see.
don't want to have to use that hand. You don't have to.
Let's see. Let's stop being turning. All right. Don't let him have that foot chat. Now win the head. Give him the head. Chat. Now don't let him win the leg toss.
Yeah, that's the way to go. However,
That.
What? Point your knee towards where his soul's going. Yeah. You're gonna win that every time. But your knee's got to go to where the sole of his foot, where his heel's pointed. You're still a little shallow. You weren't quite pointing there.
You win, you did right, but then Chad's leg adjusted a little before you popped it out. Gotta have that parallel.
You can refire. So like if he makes a little adjustment there, you can just keep trying to get it like pointing the same direction the heel's going, and then keep consistently folding the knee in and try and get it out, in and out. All right, you should win that battle every time.
If you don't line that up, you're dang, and if he knows what to do it, you're dang near gonna have to use a hand. But when you take the hand away to go check that, that leaves you vulnerable up here, or without that tool.
It's okay to use your secondary hand as a last resort, as long as you're not using your primary hand. That's cool. But on that particular thing, Chad doesn't have super long legs, right? Like against like Hudson or Josh, I could see maybe that you would need a little distance, but you should be able to get Chad every time.
Cause I got the short syndrome.
I mean, like, but really, like, if you need this, make sure that you're doing the technique and then it's failing. So what do I need to do? All that.
What you did?
Yeah, what you said you did, bro. Straighten it out.
No,
No, not a straight. Come here.
it's an angle plan. It's not a, you go for it.
Guys, like, watch carefully. Watch the knee. When we win the battle of the knee.
I'm here. I win the battle of the head. Okay. Don't let me have this, okay? All right, look, he's not going to give me this hook. My heel comes forward or back towards my butt, and I start to turn my knee. Look at where his heel's pointed. It's pointed over towards David right now. It's pointed right here. I'm going to point my knee that direction. Continue trying to hold it. Keep holding. I really don't make an effort. Okay. I'm going to keep inching out and re-pointing my knee on the inside until that's open. You might have to do this a couple of times. It's 3 times, right? But if inch by inch, I'm going to continue turning my knee in to point the same direction as the heel and get just a little more, another inch out of my heel until that hook is finally gone and I can clear it. Key detail here, when you clear it, just so we don't have to rely so much on athleticism and explosiveness, when I have an ankle-to-ankle connection right here, I can feed. See how I can just bring his foot to my other foot? Now I'm out. Now, as long as my hips have cleared his knee, I don't care what's going on here anymore. Elbow comes to the hip. And now I'm ready for whatever he wants to do. Okay? And we can work on the sweep, leg entry, whatever we want. But the key thing is knee has to point the same direction as the heel, their heel. And you might have to do it several times, but inch by inch, I'm going to keep pointing that knee in and getting my hip out, inch by inch. And eventually, that heel is going to fall down because they can't hold me anymore. Because my hips have gotten clear too much. Here, ankle to ankle, feed, stomp, dip out. All right, let's do 2 more pieces.
Then we'll move on.
That's
Drop that knee on his chest.
and then like Rey Mysterio.
Frank Mysterio. 100%. That was the.
Deep breath.
This seems like a great time to tell our audience we have
He's like my favorite.
new Breaking Hearts and Breaking Arms rash guards.
John Cena.
They're for sale on our site right now and on our Instagram. So if you'd like one, check it out.
Try to keep you from doing that.
Always be selling.
Like, don't let him have that either. What? I'm talking to Chad. All right. I get the head. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
That elbow on the inside.
that's it. See, that time he was holding, and you didn't need to have that hand. It's not that you can't use it. You just have it in reserve now. You can have it on using it. So if he makes some crazy move or whatever, or it's there. It's an option. That's it. Good. All right, start it. Give him a good word. Keep your grips in. You're playing loose. It's not helping. It's easier reps for him, but it ain't helping him get better. Chad's gonna play you loose. Yeah.
It's fine. It's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's again.
that's it.
Again. There you go.
That's it.
You can get that. You can get that. What? What do you do?
Press again.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, any questions on that? That's the sliding elbow escape for both the overhook and the underhook sides. Does anyone have a question on that before we move on to new things? Remember, they are going to always, once you've won the elbow and they realize the back is forever gone, they're going to come up to you. Like, I just can't imagine a situation where someone doesn't want to sit there while you come up on top of them. Like, maybe, I guess if they're super exhausted. And then philosophy of escapes here is we're always going into a counter attack. Like, ideally, we don't want to just go back to guard. Like, if we can go on an attack, we want to go on an attack. All right, let's move on. Luke. All right, let's do side side body triangle. All right.
Now we're going to talk about body triangles, specifically tonight from the overhook side. Right? There's 4 top side body triangles that he can have in this position. One is what he has right now. This is a top side triangle. Okay. Then he can move his right, keep your lock, but move your right heel to the inside of my thigh and back heel. This is an inside triangle. So he has an outside triangle and an inside triangle. He can also move his right shoelaces to weave under my left calf. Right? You're not going to see this a whole lot on the ground, but you will see this if someone has a body lock when they're standing. Right? And sometimes you'll see this on the ground, but it's pretty rare. Then lastly, if he takes your heel all the way to my other hip. So that was inside cross, right? His foot's come across. This is outside cross. So we have outside triangle, inside cross, outside cross. Make sense? Outside cross is basically not even a triangle, right? Like you can see, there's not really much of a lock here. My whole job as the defensive player is to downgrade any other form of this topside triangle he has to this. That's my job. So go back to your top triangle. This is the maximum amount of control for him. This is probably the best lock, right? As he goes through this hierarchy, go ahead to the inside. It's slightly less tension, slightly less control on me, right? Or maybe control in a different direction, but specifically in the ability to shut down my hips from moving and turning, we're downgrading as we kind of come down, okay? My whole job is to get his right heel or his top heel all the way to this hip, to get to outside cross and bring your heel over, all the way over my hip. Once we're here, there's basically no body triangle. Once I'm here, remember, what we were just talking about, I'm going to protect my neck with my primary hand. I've got my thumb post. We're going to have to trust this because we're going to need our other hand. But anytime I've downgraded his body triangle to an outside cross, I'm grabbing the ankle. Ideally, I like to grab the knuckles of the toes if you can reach them. If the ankle's all you can get, you take what you can get. I like to grab the end of the lever, obviously, and then we're lifting up as we turn into him. As I continue this, I'm going to continually have this like upward pressure as much as I possibly can as I continue hipping out. the only other battle I have to win here. Look, I've won the hand fight, right? I've won the leg fight. What's the other one now? The elbow. Elbow, right? So as I hip out, this is the only thing that's remaining that I need to clear. Okay. If I'm get it tight, get on tight his elbow. If I'm finding it really hard, he's holding on for dear life. But I've definitely beaten the legs. All I want you to do is straighten. I want you to straighten this arm, tuck your chin, and let this arm just kind of go limp like a noodle. Continually pulling this foot though. Okay, don't let this tension go, or you're about to get in a pretty bad spot. Here, I'm gonna just dead arm this, tuck my chin as he continues trying to hold on to it. I get my elbow to the mat every time. You see how I pulled this with me though? If you leave this behind, bad ideas. Yeah, he's coming up, right? Again, we've won the elbow. We've won everything. We're out. What's he gonna do? He's gonna come up straight into an attack. Okay. One more time.
And let's go over actually how to break them. I just wanted you to conceptually see, once I get to the end goal, this is how I escape. But so let's do that one more time, and then we'll talk about actually getting there.
All right, so like a triangle. All right. Nothing's changed. First battle is always the hands. I'm winning the battle of the hands. Winning the battle of the hands constitutes getting an inside thumb post with my primary hand, ideally covering his hand if it's available to cover. Right. So if you separate for a second, if it's available to cover all the way down here, and if it's not, we'll take this and we'll monitor until his hand's available to cover with our hand. I've won the hand fight, right? I got it low on the sternum, inside thumb post of the primary. Now we got to worry about downgrading him, okay? We'll get there in a second. For now, come all the way to outside cross. Once I've downgraded him to an outside cross, now I'm going to initially start to turn into him, but I'm going to get stuck. At some point, like I'm still going to get stuck. That's fine. Now we come down. I'm going to reach for the pinky knuckles if I can, ankle if I need it, if I have to. But I can reach for the pinky knuckles, and I'm going to continuously look. As soon as I make contact here, I'm looking to pull, kind of like an upright row. I'm looking to pull my elbow along the edge of the mat towards my shoulder, and I'm continuously looking to start turning into him. Okay, I continue turning until I can find this hook. Again, same principle as before. If he holds on tight with your left heel, your left hook, if he's holding on tight, point, capture. Same thing as before. Pin. Now the only battle left to win is the elbow. If he has a really good bite, I might need to dead arm. Okay. If I can just win, that's great. But if I start coming out and I'm getting hung up, I'm gonna keep pulling this up. I'm gonna dead arm this and just keep sliding out and into the hip. His next move is he's gonna start coming up. And we're ready to go to work from here. That makes sense conceptually, what we're doing. All right, let's do that real quick. Work from the outside cross, like starting at the top, and then back guy, just go to the outside cross, and then practice the escape. And then let's talk about how to actually free up the body triangle and get to an outside cross, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3.
Thanks for your guess.
All right. Fall into an overhook side, Yep. Here. Then all the way up here. Okay, so I'm good with like side by side. Yes, you need to. It's best to train like that. So the top of the bottom. Yeah. The top. I did it like instead of and ankle free, like pulling up before you start to slide. And hey, look, don't rush it. Let it come to you. Okay. Look at all the space you have here. This is not going to finish at all. Like letting it come into you so that he's going to increase that space between all this. If he wants to put on, then you fire. Well, if I get it, I'm telling you to finish and if you allow it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get closer to them. You have knee line, but
I know, it's just fucking go.
you could have better knee line
Yeah.
if you let him. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Good way of putting it. I don't remember that.
Too late.
I'm thinking this for the technique.
You're banding with that. So you're the training. Frank, you have to come up and back here. Bro, let her keep that hip crank on it. What do you mean? You let it go as soon as you come up, you start pushing on his chest. What, Frank? Just keep the hip crank. I know, why don't you flat your own crank?
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to keep it there.
Hey, we used to take our mouse over here.
Yeah, it's affecting his mouth, and it's also, it's gonna get the maximum amount of space to bring his hips to you. That's why you still have it up.
Yeah.
Or, you know, my leg too. Every time I think I like it, it never gets better.
And there's something for you.
Try to get your elbow, pull it up toward your shoulder. I'm like overthinking about it. And then leaving that, and pull it up toward your shoulder. If not, you guys get that foot up, then you let that look. Or your right leg up.
That's been better working there.
It's not a good position.
Yeah, if he stays down, then for sure fire.
Yeah. You can beat it.
You can't run the other way, Chad.
Beat the game.
The other way?
You can't run the other way. What's stopping you from going that way?
All I did was I went from grabbing,
That's a good grip.
all I went from here and I shucked it up.
How did you go from the over to?
What do you do? He transitioned in the middle of it to a.
You need to put it in like yeah. And I run it again. It makes it where I don't have to bring it up anymore.
This time, it's just, as soon as he gets his hips clear.
Okay.
When I'm talking Chad, come in the mouth. Like, don't rest. Okay. As soon as his elbow starts to clear, on the like at max. Okay. I'm not sure at the moment why that's. It's not me like, but it's either like,
Only thing was, I think if you move fast enough, you could get a triangle. Is my
The only thing I would see is you're going from, I have control, to I have.
You're sacrificing.
Well, that's
A little bit, you know, it's controlling a direction.
Yes.
But if I have, I got a grip here, I'm saying, if I'm doing this, it can exit display.
You're physically weaker with that scoop grip. So you're gambling
before the transition. Once you have it and you bring it high, it's good.
Let's see if I can pull it off. See what up.
Yeah, you got it.
But I mean, when you have this, if you want him to go that way, great. Only way he can go is that way.
Now when you grab the overhead grip, like try not to get it like a deal. That kind of
See what happens.
stand up. Yeah, don't let that. Don't let that. Don't let that recoup your back to at any point if you can.
If I was better at triangle, I'd fight your guy.
Jump all that way forward. I don't want to work risk of sacrifice all. You have a ton of control with the over grip. Your last year balls.
But you said we went to that. like,
Closing
things
off
that-
a certain.
that.
Yeah, you can't pummel. You can't pummel when you're in that place. So, yeah, that is maybe the only. But once you get it, if you're willing to take the risk of not getting it, once you get it to your shoulder, you got a ton of control.
If I went into like a kind of like a straight ankle kind of grip, you can't pull out. Would that be good? If he's here and I like the ball,
Yeah,
and I rip it here,
that's where we're headed.
and then
We're headed to the straight.
Yeah.
So, this is where I'm actually different from what the other teaching. He actually goes for the people specifically, so he's already in that overwrap grip. Whenever he finishes the escape. Yeah. I'm just grabbing the toes because they works. That's like the end of the leg. That's cool. So I think it's stronger in terms of like getting the
So
separated.
is Danaher, okay, are you saying he's overhooking or he's doing a under?
No, he's just grabbing the gate. He's not grabbing the toes.
Okay, I see.
I'm saying grab the toes because it's the end of the lever. So like they get someone really strong or something like that.
Sweat.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have toes if it's sweaty because I'm going over with a munchy grip on the toes than just like grabbing the.
but could they not just like if they're super sweaty, just
Let's try. Yeah, but it's fine. Let's try the review. Some actual resistance.
my outside of the knee is what hurts. I can't.
Oh, you're injured?
It's just like from 3 years ago. I just still feel it on the outside. So like I can't hold my foot. Astronaut for space and all the guys.
Wait, which foot's how you grab? Think about that.
What you have?
It's right one.
Let's go.
He's good for tournament. I just think about everything.
Yeah, always. I'll set it in. Alright.
Versus, I think you get more. I think I don't know. I think you have the leverage advantage with the toes, but I think there's a grip advantage with the ankle.
That's right. You might be right.
I agree. You have more leverage out
I
of
feel like I'm very purchased something. Trying to go like the gap in my finger is wider.
I thought the grip you wanted was.
Yeah, I can't. So like that's pretty hard for me. Now if I don't have it. Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I can get out of the ankle. I don't feel like I can get it as high. And I really like doing it so high. I was just saying like
You have more leverage on the toes, but
Yeah.
I think the grip.
but it's there's less like moving parts I think. Not like ankle can bend and it could probably make my favorite. Yeah, I just feel like I have a good purchase when I'm here versus like because the gap between
finger into my palm is less than when I'm here. You know, that's like
That's not why, it's the same wide, because I can't cover, don't have to take one. Versus I can cover most of the story. You're getting around and about Achilles. Yeah. So like, I think it's still going that much. Going out and, I don't know. I think like, that, I don't know. I like the better. I like things like that brings, yeah. You do have leverage advantage. That's probably just the first year, you have, you already have it. Attack. If you're already in.
Okay, let's do the actually getting separated now. The name of the game again is separate.
all right. Name of the game is downgrading him to go all the way to So he's got his outside triangle right now. I want to downgrade him to an inside triangle first. Right? If he's all the way here. So go ahead to your outside triangle. Yeah. If he's all the way in the outside triangle, he's got his best lock on me right now. I'm gonna extend my top knee and pummel to the outside and capture. Okay. He can keep his lock, but now he's inside triangle. Okay. A good guys might start immediately trying to pummel, but this is the game we have to play. It's just like grip fighting with the hands, we're grip fighting with the feet. Right? So if he's got outside triangle, we're gonna try to downgrade him to an inside triangle by pummeling the knee inside and bringing his foot as close in as we can. Now, to downgrade him to an outside cross, we're skipping like downgrading him to an inside cross, right? Although I totally could, just kind of like we don't really have to. We can go to an outside cross from here.
You couldn't get a straight ankle up there, could you? With the grip you just got.
No,
I'm not tapping
here
I mean,
he's a Jones boy. He hates happening to that.
no, that's the no.
All right, from here
I'm like,
to get into the to outside again, I just need to start pummeling the knee so I can start to scissor, bring to the outside. Okay, again, he's on the inside inside triangle. I start to scissor the legs, catch,
Okay, yeah.
and get him to an outside. See how I have to turn my hips to at the same time, right? Now once we're here, we go to work. So again, outside top.
Sorry.
Yeah, outside triangle. Okay. I'm coming. I'm pummeling my knee, and I'm just looking to make contact with the outside of his foot. Bring it to the inside. Now I've downgraded him to an inside triangle. Now I'm going to start to turn my hips as I scissor my knees and downgrade him to an outside.
Trying to get your left foot across his left foot, like knee past his.
What I'm trying to do when he's here, I'm just trying to get this heel, his top side heel, to my hip.
I just meant at the end, once you get to the like final piece of that. Like once you.
Stop me whenever you. Okay, sorry, I didn't quite understand. So I'm scissoring, and then I'm gonna turn
Right now.
right there.
So, could you get your left knee over his foot and like pummel in again? There.
Yeah.
Any reason to do it?
Well, so once I bring my knee, if I bring my knee to my chest now, I'm kind of feeding.
Yeah.
The foot that I wanted anyway.
Yeah. And you can.
So I totally can.
And you can staple his foot right now too, can't you?
Yeah.
That's the direction you're heading anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going that way anyway. But that's my goal. I just wanted to make sure we're understanding. I need to get him to an outside cross. Okay.
Yeah.
And the primary means that we'll do this is by pummeling our knees. Right? There's going to be moments or people who you just cannot get this knee. We've actually gone over this before. We can go over it again this month, where we actually have to like make some space.
I understand.
Remember?
Yeah.
But we'll do that another time. Right? Generally speaking, if I can just pummel with my knee without needing to do all that, we would rather do that because it's less work. So if I can ever extend, come out, and catch, I would rather downgrade him to an inside triangle. and then downgrade them to an outside cross. All right. Cool. All right, let's run that, and then we'll be done. All right, 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna get to the bottom thing of tonight. Or the Chinese food. Yeah. Prep for way more material than we need. Yeah, we're gonna run a little over.
Did you, I guess you were able to get it then? I was thinking on.
Yeah, he put the elbow in there.
No, I mean, the part we're working.
Yeah, I got it.
My legs are so short, he broke it pretty easy. I can't really get a good body line.
You do it on loop. No.
So you go again.
Yeah. Yeah. Mission accomplished. I should give myself that.
My turn. Wise man stepped in the hood.
What?
Man on.
Pulling that foot up the whole time. Keep pulling it up. Take all the slack out of it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Unless you got somebody great and strong and you need some grip. Let's see. No, you were doing the took. I just realized. Yes, he's pretty good. Absolutely. What's that? Wants this angle before you get this grip. Yeah. Those people are gonna rush it. I understand that he's coming into a leg lock, so you can just what he can just like dive that way. And all you have is this.
Yeah.
Don't have it. So
I feel like there's too many moving parts on your toes that could bend out of your grip.
if this is the reaction you're coming out, if that's a counter attack, I understand. I guess I understand. That was just blocking the game. Figure out if he knows the games he played, he could have those happening. Reset.
But he didn't have it. You've already passed it.
Yeah. Let's go angles. So they can counter that. If they're super strong, if we're just having trouble getting with ankles, then we'll set a stick.
I did that in tournament. Just wanted to see what happens.
He can't even your arm. I have the red call. All right, we're gonna go. I'm gonna draw out of that. We're gonna go about the ball. And president will fall back. They're really strong. If you need the extra leverage, if they're good, they're moderate. That's cool. That's bad. There is a whole. Hey, y'all check this out real quick. If y'all need to go, feel free, but we're just giving you one more thing. David, we're gonna change what I said.
Sorry.
Do what now?
I'm just letting you know we're gonna change left, but we're gonna go with ankle actually as the default and use the toes to fall back.
Okay.
Cause I just saw, yeah. So right here. Yeah, okay. Here. The critical problem with the toes, this is best, if they're super strong, they're super strong leg, long legs, whatever, you really need that leverage, like you're pulling the needle and they're not having it, and you need the extra leverage, then let's use the toes as the fallback. So if I'm here, I already have to, and I just can't get it, I'll transition to the toes. Okay, but as a default, let's test the ankle first. Because I just realized that it's gonna be against somebody really good who knows the game we're playing, we're gonna have a harder time countering them with the toe grip. So look, if I have the toe grip, as I start to beat everything, I start to hit out. As he start right here, I've won, right? But if he's privy to what's going on, high level guy, there's nothing stopping him from just going that way right now. Gripping is, or literally just like, yeah, like he doesn't have to come into me right now, like which he never had to come into me, right? But if he understands what's going on, I have no purchase really on his leg. I just have purchase on his foot, so it's gonna be real easy for him to rip this out and decide the bail. And now we're playing from a neutral position versus if we come out and I have an ankle. Now, if he tries to rip away, much harder. Much harder. So I think we, as a default, let's go with the ankle. And as a fallback, we should know about the fingers. Which is, you can deduce that anyway. It's in the left ball leverage. So let's try the ankle first and fall back to the first. Anybody have questions? Let's do a quick back game. I want the back guy to just keep a seatbelt, and I want you to, let's see. I want you to, let's just fall to the overhook side. I want you to keep overhook side, or we can be neutral. I don't want anybody going on the underhook side right now, okay? Actually, no. You can go on the underhook side, but if you go to the underhook side, because I haven't taught anything from the underhook side yet, you as the escaper, whatever, need to get to the overhook side. You find a way to the overhook side. Okay? So if we come here, Luke's gonna start working to the overhook side. Okay. At any point, I want you to have your body triangle, and I want you to constantly be looking to have the best body triangle you can, whether it's outside or you've been downgraded to inside, right? Whatever. I want him constantly looking to get me to an outside cross. If he can get me to an outside cross on the overhook side, he wins. Okay? Not out of back. Just if he can get me to outside cross on the overhook side, he wins. I can't win anything with that. Cool. All right, 1, 2, 3. What's up, bro?
I was just with me trying to get it all. You know.
So here like 4. All right, let's go. Let's go, Matt. We're going 100% here. Wait, what are the win things? You're on the overhook side and he has an outside cross. Oh, that's a win. Do I have to get a body lock? Yes. That's great. So you don't let that shut it right here. There's always people trying to get back the body lock, put the body lock better. Okay. You're getting rid of that.
That's it inside. Okay, so we have this bill.
For a second.
Doesn't have very.
Specifically just trying to get good at getting us out.
Yeah.
Under.
It's turning off this way.
Recollections like stand chat. The 8 point you can strangle on strangle. This to make sure he's that new things as the primary. All right, so next class we have
But it's so much worse. It hurts.
All right, time, guys, time. Good job. Hey, if you, we're going to be in New Orleans this weekend for Naga, so if you want to come and cheers for teammates on, it'll be a good time. We'll be ASGF on July 12th in Birmingham. If you're competing, you need to let me know this week. You tell me how this week, and I'm going to tell you now.
ASG, that's the Alabama thing,
Yes.
and that's
July 12th.
July 12th.
I don't get hurt. You can't.
Or I would love to take three. ETF is like, to me, it should be our highest priority competition. If we're gonna pick any, it should be this.
And what are, if you ever find out any other thing on the, Twister,
I'm gonna go.
Twisters and,
We're gonna spend like about that.
jump guard, but they jump guards.
That's
right.
You can do fine stuff.
I got 36.
I didn't worry about it. Work on wearing them today. Go get one of those Monday. I think one of my mark.
You also can't. I'll do like, you can't get, you get a belt.
I'm gonna verify, so I think we're going.
I know. That's even colder. I was like, hey, I'd be like, I'm sweet. I can't take that.
I don't know, like, I don't know where I would like to suit go to jump guard and hang up. Get the suit. I'm a face no. That's good. I can, I use it. My cats are back up there for jump. Yeah.
Yeah, next time we go, I'll do that. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna place the John's here.
That would be good.
I'm gonna walk these. All
Alright, hey guys, does anyone have any questions on anything we went over? We're about to start practice. If you're on the white mat, you're at practice. That starts in 60 seconds. And it's gonna be very light tonight, so just calm down.
It's gonna be very